is up, everyone? My name is Mackie, and welcome back to your Worlds 2023 review. And we are all set. The quarterfinal matches are set. The drama is over. The killer crap that is Swiss stage is all over. And now it's time for us to dissect and digest the Swiss system and get ready for the quarterfinals in a couple of days' time. Now, many of you people will probably going to see this before the quarterfinal matches, so this is going to be a little bit of a late segment, of course, but I hope you guys will like it. If you like the video, please like and subscribe and do all that kind of stuff. Thank you for doing this, and thank you for all the people who like the K-Corp video. It is so much well done, and I will try to improve, and I try to do my best, and I'm doing this for all of you guys. So if you like it, do what you can, and love the video as well. So let's get it started. Now, I decided to do this in a separate way. I'm going to just divide it into two. I'm going to do the teams that have qualified through the Swiss stage and then make it into the quarterfinals, and I divided the teams that don't make the Swiss stage and just talk about them as well. And also, I want to talk about the quarterfinals as well. Now, let me just say it first. Let me just go through my thoughts on the Swiss stage. I think the Swiss stage was, how do I say this? It was interesting. I know many people do not like the Swiss stage and all that stuff. I know Monte Cristo, who's probably listening to this and watching this right now, is pretty much despised about it. But listen, it's a new format. I'm not the kind of fan of it that much, but it kind of like the Riot K-pop boys band. They did it. It kind of grew on me. It kind of literally grew on me. And I think some of the matches were great. We got some crazy upsets, of course, some spectacular failures and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, the Swiss stage was kind of interesting and all that kind of stuff. Was it great? No. But was it interesting for me? It depends, of course. Now, do I believe the format would be better if this was a double elimination bracket? Absolutely, I would. But we can't have nice things in these days. Riot cannot deliver nice things all the time. So this is the best that they have to do. And you know what? It is what it is. Let's just deal with it. And now we're going to talk about winners and losers, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to talk to the 8 winners and then to the 8 losers. Or let me just say this, 8 losers and then 8 winners. So let's just grab the wax and just peel it right off, everybody. It's time for me to come clean, guys. This is the worst year of LEC I have ever seen in my entire life. I have been watching the LEC since, let's call it 2020. And you know what? I love the LEC for general reason. I love casters. I love the funniness. I love the fact that this is the only region I kind of watch around early in the morning. It's probably the only region that I don't have to strain my eyeballs and waking up late at 3 a.m. in the morning just because this is the only region I love. And this is the only region that we can just poke and laugh at LCS and haha, your region sucks, all of you. Yeah, but this was, without a general doubt, the humble pie of all humble pies. I have never seen this region this bad. Now, let me just go from the least egregious to the most egregious. So let me just start with BDS. Look, first of all, BDS, you did not belong here. You did not belong in the Swiss stage. You got lucky because PSG kind of collapsed and all the kind of stuff that I already said about it. And you kind of made it on your earned merits. You did fine, I guess, but you got drawn to JDG and that was it. You drawn to Mad Lions, who were coming up really good on that day, and that was unlucky. And then you lost to D plus Kia, and they were really good. So yeah, you got the short end of the stick. I didn't expect much from JDG in this tournament. I didn't expect much from JDG even before the World's qualifying series. The fact they actually made the qualifying series and then made it through the play-ins is actually achievable for their standards. But I think, I don't know if Adam or the rest of the team will have them. They had their peak in spring, and that was it. That was it for them. They didn't do well after summer, and they did fine in the play-ins. They did fine in World qualifying stage, but that was it. So I didn't expect nothing too much. Mad Lions, on the other hand, they had something to do, and they were, how do I say this? They were really, really up and down. Pretty much sums up their entire year, to be honest. Cloud9 lost, BDS win as expected, then they lost to NRG. We'll get to NRG later. We'll get to NRG later, guys. And then you kind of fell out of it. So yeah, wait, let me just see. They lost another game. Let me just see. Oh yeah, they lost to Weibo as well, 2-0. Yeah, they lost to Weibo 2-0. Wasn't even close to by any stretch of the imagination. So listen, do I believe that the loss of Coach Mac have anything to do with it? Kind of. But listen, Monte Cristo can do the whole thing from his home when he did the Renegades team. So listen, I don't want any excuses about, oh, but Akeem, they lost their coach. Maybe it's because of Man Lions' performance. No, this should have no excuse. Even if home from JDG have COVID, I would saw JDG still winning the whole tournament. So I don't think the loss of coaches will be any excuse to everybody else. They crap. They were absolutely awful. They were up and down all over the place. And I think it's time for Eloya to move on to a different team. Eloya has been carrying this team off his back, and his team does not look good. Niski did not look great. Chasey did not look fine. Karzi was decent, but he was not looking great. I think Man Lions were kind of disappointed, and you know what? It is what it is. That's what you live with. Man Lions are the kind of coin flipping team that will be great one day and then crap the next, and you get Man Lions crap for the entire world. Next up is Fnatic. I think Fnatic tried their best, even though their games were not they did not well. No, listen, they lost to LNG. They beat Gam. Well, everybody beats Gam these. Then they lost to BLG, and then they lost to they won against Cloud9, but everybody beats Cloud9 of course. And then they lost to Weibo. So they beat the teams that they're supposed to beat, and then they lost to the teams that most of the time. But listen, Fnatic did win game 2 of that series against Weibo, and you're thinking to yourself, okay, maybe they have hope, of course. Actually, they did win game 1. Sorry, they won game 1, and then you make me think, okay, maybe Fnatic might pull it off. It feels like Fnatic have moments, but they never have a cohesive team. They always just drag into fights, and that frustrates me. If Fnatic were just a more disciplined team and a more cohesion team, then of course Fnatic would have been a good team enough. Maybe good enough to make it to quarters, all the kind of stuff, but I just don't like, they just disappointed to me. I feel like some of the Fnatic players have to change. I don't want to see, listen, I do not want to see Humanoid rise up again. I just do not want to see these two guys in the same mid-jungle synergy ever again. That disappoints me, and that disappoints themselves. Oscarin, I think he has to go as well. You know, Noah, he's a rookie. I think he'll be fine, but I think he's not that good. He's a rookie. It is what it is, of course. And yeah, Fnatic kind of not great. You know, they were not good. They had moments, of course, but they were not good enough to compete and not good enough to make quarterfinals. If you think all the LEC teams are disappointed, take a look at G2 Esports. Ladies and gentlemen, you want to talk about the worst performance by any LEC teams? Get ready to rub your hands and just throw the trash talking in Reddit. Now listen, first of all, I am not a G2 fan. I do not, despise G2 Esports in any shape or fashion as well. Of course, I think G2 got justified, criticized rightfully or wrongfully, I don't care. But here's the thing. How come G2 Esports, D plus Kia, and Weibo Gaming, two Eastern teams, mind you, I mean, listen, two 4-seed Eastern teams, but two Eastern teams, of course. How do you go from beating D plus Kia and Weibo Gaming to losing the following? Gen G2-0, and then, of course, everybody was talking about the NRG match. Let's just talk about the NRG matchup. When NRG Gen G2 was happening, I was thinking to myself, this is going to be an easy win for G2. G2 is going to win this game. This is going to be the easiest game for G2 ever. They're going to go to the quarterfinals. They'll be fine. Oh, it wasn't easy too. All right. But here's the thing. NRG got hands. NRG outplayed G2. Can you believe it? This is unbelievable. Listen, when was the last time G2 got outplayed by any other team? Oh, what, Damwon Kia back in 2021? That was like a Korean team. This is North America absolutely outplayed G2. This is unbelievable. It is the most unbelievable thing I have ever witnessed in my entire life of League of Legends. A North American team actually outplayed G2. It is amazing. But wait, Akeem, there's more. Not only you got the benefit of losing to NRG, you get the benefit of losing to BLG. Yeah, lots of BLG. Top Cap, I don't heard about it. Broken Blade got absolutely destroyed by Bin. Oh, wait, Bin, let me just see. You heard about Bin, right? Let me just say, 2020, everybody? 2020 Bin? Everybody? You know him, right? Okay, you know him already. I'm going to say this right now. G2 Esports, you are the most piece of disappointment I have ever seen in my entire life. Carlos Rodriguez has every right to sell your team, and you know what? If he goes to that circle thing that he's talking about, I don't care. He got canceled the same way that G2 got canceled. It is over for you, G2. It is time for Caps to go to retirement home, just like his father did. It is time for Han Summit to change his hairstyle and change his ego and decided to move to Korea. It is time for Broken Blade to retire right now. It is time for all the G2 players to leave the team. Now listen, except Yak, okay? Except Yak and Mickey X, they're fine. But listen, the top lane needs to change, the AD carry needs to change, and even the mid lane needs to change. Caps, you're crap! You are crap! You're an absolute piece of garbage! You're the worst mid laner in all of you for the last several years, and for the last several of these. You did nothing in the whole Worlds tournament. I cannot believe I'm saying this. Listen, I supported this region for so many times. I supported this region for so many times. And now we're the Lavistock. LEC is now the Lavistock to the LCS. The LCS is pointing out and saying, you suck! You suck! They're laughing at us right now. They're laughing at us right now. You know what? They deserve it. They deserve this. They deserve this. They deserve every second criticism that comes to their way. Good or bad. They deserve this. Now, do I believe this is the end of LEC and all the domination? Yes. But do I believe the LEC will fold up like a chair and be like, oh, we were not good enough to compete? No! The gap is big enough, everybody, right now. It is you to the LEC, and the gap is enormous. It is a freaking Grand Canyon right now. You are the worst team in all of LEC right now. You are worse than Fnatic. You are worse than Mad Lions and the BDS. But you know what? I sympathize with BDS and Mad Lions. They were never supposed to be here. But G2 Esports are a piece of garbage everywhere. And your G2 name and throw it in the garbage. In fact, Ben already put in the garbage to you guys. You are the worst team ever. Carlos Rodriguez right now has been going in the grave. I don't want to care about your scrim numbers or everybody else. You are horrible. You are damn right horrible. G2 Esports are the worst team in LEC, and I'm sorry to do this. I am sorry. I am sorry to do this, man. But listen, LEC Discord, tear down the LEC Discord, tear down the LEC thing. It is over. It is GG for all of you guys. G2 needs to be dispersed right now. It is the worst thing I ever seen. Great God Almighty, my goodness. Oh my God, Christ. You see what this is what you do? Listen, I never done this when I was doing Magic United, but Jesus Christ, you make Jesus Christ. Oh my God, this is what happens, man. This is what happens when you perform this badly. You making me look like a coward. I never done like this before. I've never ripped a team this hard like before. I did it to North America, but that was North America being North America. But this is horrible. Okay, I'm gonna talk good about the NRG later. Okay, let me just talk about good about NRG. In fact, let's just go to the rest of the teams. Jesus Christ. Okay, so let's go to the rest of the teams. Let me just go to the rest of the teams before I lose my mind. D plus, you did fine. I mean, you lost to G2. Whoop-de-doo, of course. You lost to KT. That's bad. And then you faced them in the KT rematch. You beat BDS and Gami Sports, but of course everybody beat them, and then you lost 2-0. Dev did everything in this game, but unfortunately Dev cannot carry this sorry ass team all the way through, and I felt bad for him, but I think it's time for him to move on to another team. This team is not it, of course. So yeah, I think, sad for D plus, but it is what it is. I didn't expect them to do much. Congratulations to beat Team Liquid, but you know what? Team Liquid was a disappointment, of course. Who cares? In fact, Team Liquid lost to T1 Energy, and then you lost to Gem. So I am no surprise about that one. That was not a surprise by any other thing. I think it is what it is. North America being North America, of course, and Mad Lions, and I think that's it. Cloud9, you lost to Mad Lions. Congratulations, but you lost to Energy, T1, and Fnatic. Good job, great job, fantastic. Now, of course, we are done with the losers. We have done with the losers, and me screaming in the void of all of the LEC to absolutely no one, and nobody cares about this thing because nobody cares about watching the video anymore. But you do, and congratulations to doing that if you survive the hellhole that is all of LEC's craziness. So yeah, congratulations. Now let me just calm myself down for a couple of minutes. 3, 2, 1, and let's give praises to NRG. Listen, we've been talking about how bad North America has, and I think we've been talking about how bad North America has been for the last several years. I think the problem with North America is pretty much simple, that they have the talent to do it. They have the pieces to do it, but unfortunately for North America, it's about fitting in. I think there's a Twitter comment talking about T2's kicking respect and all this kind of stuff. And I think for the content creators and everybody else, they are the ones that can breathe life into like the T2 eras and all that kind of stuff. Do I believe that NRG is going to win against an Easter team? No, I do not think so. I think this is pretty much where they're meant. Maybe Weibo Gaming is a little bit too much over. But of course, you know how Weibo is. They've been up and down and all kind of stuff. But listen, for Palafox, for Contracts, and for Dokla D, this is their moment. This is their incredible moment. I mean, they beat G2 and beat them clean. Incredible performance. Contract was the MVP, as was incredible. He was the MVP brilliantly. So yeah, listen, pat the back on NRG. They deserve this win. They deserve this moment. And for North American fans, this has to feel like the best moment ever. By the way, 2 historical moments happened at this Swiss stage. This is the first time that Europe has not made it to anywhere to the quarterfinal stage since the kaboom days of Alliance back in 2014. And this is also the first time a team not named C9 from North America has ever made it to World's quarterfinals since TSM. I mean, if you're in North America right now, you are chilling in the Caribbean right now, having a pina colada and having the time of your life. And you know what? Nobody cares. Nobody bothers. And it's incredible. You deserve this. You deserve this 100%. Now, of course, unfortunately for NRG, I think this is the road will end. But listen, if I were in North America, this is the way you build your team. You don't build with imports. You don't build with something. You build your team from the ground up. And I want that to happen. I want that to the LCT to happen. I want the LCTS to compete with the LEC and do that. Oh my God, I'm kind of lost my voice. I kind of lost my voice a little bit, so let me continue. I do not think that the LCS are good enough to win, and I don't think NRG are good enough to win anything. But listen, I just want the LCS teams and every single org right now to build like NRG does. And I know many teams are built different, but maybe build talent around them and maybe build talent with North American teams. It's the right way to go. And if it happens to Tier 2, everybody else, listen, LCS have no money right now. They cannot buy an import right now. I think the way to do it is to build an import and start writing. So yeah, that should do it. Congratulations NRG, you deserve it. I know I talk crap about G2, but listen, NRG deserve this. Top of the hat to you. You deserve it. Congratulations. Onwards and upwards to the next stage, I guess. Maybe you won't get 3-0 by Weibo. I don't know. Okay, let's continue. Gen G and JDG, best teams in the world. Nothing to argue about that. No need for argument about that. They are the best team ever. JDG being all the best teams, even beat BLG and even have a close one against LG as per usual. But JDG being JDG, they're great. Gen G, they're also great. They 2-0 T1, T2 as well. They were dominant, of course, especially against T1. So no surprises about them. LNG did okay. I think LNG did okay. They did okay. They fine. Beat KT roster, of course. They lost to JDG, but of course there were tough opponents as usual. I think the LNG are a good team and maybe have a chance, of course. T1, I think they're a little shaky, of course. I think there's questions to be made, but of course they have the best performance against BLG, the team that they lost to in the MSI tournament, and they got revenge. Carrier was amazing, of course, in that matchup. Of course, he was amazing. I think listen, we talk about I talk about the G2 NRG matchup a lot, but I never talk. But listen, nobody forgot about T1 performed well against BLG, the team that they lost to MSI. I'm sorry, I repeated myself, but listen, they did well, of course, and I think T1, if they can perform that against BLG, maybe they can do well in the course. BLG, I think they'll be fine. I think they lost game 2 against G2. It was a crazy game. game 2, of course, but they conquered down, they played well, and they deserved their win, and I think they are one of the best teams in the world right now. KT Roster, they overcome, of course, against Deft. They did well against D plus Key, even though they were shaking against BLG and LNG. Problem is, I think now we get to see a test, of course. They lost to BLG, they lost to LNG, and now they have faced JDG. They have to face 3 good LPL teams. This is a brutal draw for KT Roster. They face BLG, D plus Kia, Weibo, LNG, and D plus Kia. And now they face JDG. My goodness, and they have to face like either T1 or LNG in the semifinals. This is a brutal draw for KT. This is a brutal draw for KT, but now we have to find out if KT Roster are for real or they're going to get disappointed like every other year, of course. And then finally for Weibo Gaming, they beat NRG, they lost to TG2 in a crazy game, and then they lost to KT Roster. Then they beat Man Lions, and then they beat like Fenac. So they beat like, you know, Eastern teams. The West does, of course, as usual, but now, of course, now we have to see the test against NRG, who have nothing to lose right now. They have nothing to lose and everything to gain right now. So we'll find out if Weibo, of course. And listen, if the Shy wins, my God, Cajo's going to be an absolute over the moon with that happen. I know he's disappointing right now because of his region did not do well, and listen, there'll be a lot of hateful comments about the region, and please do not do that, okay? I've seen a lot of racism and all that kind of stuff from Vinicius Jr. Please do not do that to the players. They're professionals and they have families, goddammit. But I feel like, you know, if Weibo wins, you know, Cajo might send him a present or something. I don't know. So the draw is complete for the Swiss stage, and now here we are with the knockout stage. So let me just go through the knockout stages. Gen G versus BLG. It's a really good matchup. It's a really tasty matchup between these two. I think they met in the MSI tournament, and I think BLG did beat them. So because Gen G did not play the style, of course, their game, and I want Gen G to play the style of the game. I want the Gen G to play the Gen G style to want to do. BLG is a tough matchup, of course. Goran versus Bin, pretty good matchup. And Elk versus Pez is also a good matchup as well. So it's a really good matchup. Trophy versus Higao is also a good matchup. So there's some really good matchups, of course. It's a pretty much good matchup as well. NRG versus Weibo, this will be the first matchup, the quarterfinal matchup. And listen, I don't see any angles for NRG, but listen, if Doka, Palafox, and Contracts are on and FBI can play the same way, maybe they might get a game of 2. In fact, North America is not getting the game of an Eastern team. That's weird. For all the incredibleness about, all the crap about, Europe being an Eastern team, at least Europe beats an Eastern team one or twice. NRG, listen, North America has not won a game against LCS, against LPL or LECK opponents. So if they do that, and that's an achievement for me. That's an achievement. If they don't win this series, at least win a game. That'll be an achievement. I think Weibo's a better team, but you never know. You just never know on a given day. And then you got the bigger matches. JDG versus KT Roster. This is a matchup that I really wanted to see, but now the fact that they have it in the quarterfinals is actually shocking to me. But we all know JDG, best team in the world. I think KT Roster have to come up big. I think KT Roster have to catch JDG on absolutely the worst day. They have to play like NRG did against G2. Play the best dang League of Legends ever and then beat JDG with team fighting and with spirit. I think that's probably a problem. You're not going to beat JDG in a team fight. You're not going to do anything well. Maybe a lot of split pushing and all that kind of stuff. But you have to beat JDG somewhere. I feel like this is the biggest matchup probably for KT Roster's entire organization's careers. If they beat JDG, it's the biggest upset ever, and if they do, it will bring confidence in them. So either JDG will beat them and crush them 3-0, or maybe the KT Roster might win. Who knows? And then finally, we got LNG versus T1, Scout versus Faker, the matchup that many people have been waiting for. This is the matchup. In case you haven't known any history, Scout did play in a Kespa Cup game, and he was disappointed. Of course, it led to like him not playing a single game for T1 ever again. He moved to EDG, and then he's played for EDG for all the misery, all the good times, all the bad, and all the good stuff. And then, of course, he went on to win Worlds, and now he's moving to LNG, and he's now one of the best players in LNG. He's the MVP, of course, and now he's facing off against a Faker. So while Scout is on the ascend, Faker is like, slowly down to the decline, of course. And right now, I feel like this is probably the biggest game right now for both teams. If LNG wins, this will be huge, and if T1 wins, that will also be huge as well. So it is a big game for both of these teams. It's a big game for both of these teams. So either we get all LPL teams in the semifinals to be like assert the dominance of LPL domination for like this tournament, or we might get like non-LPL teams, and like crazy chaos will continue, or maybe we get 1 or 2 LPL teams going. Either way, I feel like this draw is great. I feel like these matches are also great as well. The draw is amazing, and I can't wait to watch all these matches. So yeah, my throat is a little bit of a raspy right now, but of course this is what happens when you're never going to rant for that long. So I'm going to end this video right there. Please like and subscribe and all the kind of stuff, and we'll see you for the quarterfinals and maybe beyond, and maybe the next video we might talk about the bracket stage and maybe the finals itself. So thank you everybody for watching. Please like and subscribe and do all the kind of stuff. Thank you, and I will see you. Goodbye everyone, and have a good day.